mo bi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Yesi ekobi ye frɛ wo mo the Coalition of La Associations. Na uchaniti a ye frɛ mo Kola. Na Kola yi omo enkranfo emma. Na trese enkran asase no omo dia. Na omo se omo atena se na nse wo hwe latest expose a okuja to abla kwa mo edeba ene nsensem a yeba na omo atena se ehu ne se senior politicians area enkranfo ensase no omo nte ase eya ade a omo aso emma omo aso nyo omo ni nje hu enti no omo the warning ma aban yanko kenkan ekuo ne nsem omo de eba betu dwa ne ye kenkan wi a me wasem ka etre womo o see the Coalition of La Associations and the GaDangme coalition against land injustice have condemned the alleged rampant looting of lands in the Greater Accra region, particularly targeting the La traditional area. A statement delivered at a press conference on July 25th, 2024, reflects the growing public outrage over what the groups describe as the immoral and unauthorized sale of lands by government officials and their associates. Into here, senior abain ene omo ben omo tonton enkranfon sase no entwaye. Now we see the coalition expressed concern over recent actions involving key land parcels, notably the Ghana Prison Service lands in cantonments. Now saying okuja to eba be expose ma yehun say Ghana prisons for omon sase ebe ha ne say yesi papa bi si asase no ye ne dia na okoje. Asase ne papa ne dia na okoje eye hwan a papa bi a yesi owo baumia campaign team eso ono papa ne man be kasa wo se asase ne dia de dada eye kufuo time ene de asase no eye de ema no na sisia na wo no hu ne se opese wo chese o develop asase no ye frɛ interior minister eba bebisa ne ho asem a o si nipa kono de oye ne se prisons for no omo nnan no eye ase ache inti no ye pesi yesi nnan no ema omo ne yesi mu omo wia nipa kono pesi osi nnan ne mu omo osi mu omo wia na wa fa asase ne bi na yesi na de na mo ye wo krum yi inti no omo akan no aka ho say eye part of the reasons inti a and then womo aso wia womo ye sa action. Also, according to the group, a recent announcement by the Minister for the Interior, Henry Kotti, revealed an arrangement with a private developer to redevelop portions of this land. Also, it has come extremely important to invite you here this morning for this briefing following recent public outcry over the continuous and unprecedented wanton dissipation of lands within the Greater Accra region in general, and particularly in the La traditional area by government and some state officials. Also, the rapid manner in which these lands are being sold out to politicians and their cronies has not only become a disturbing subject of public discourse, but also smacks of the highest level of insult from government to the traditional authorities, under whose jurisdiction these lands are located, i.e. the chiefs of La, whose subjects continue to ridicule them on the issue without justification, despite efforts to get this land looting spree halted. It's almost say omaya ma afei embebu no a ewo eye La ehokra no asa omonfo obu emma omo ahemfo no because nsase na ya na ehye ahemfo ne nsa nti se beti se politician bi akwakoto a eye ahemfo no ene ewo se yekoko bi so omo ukobisa ahemfo ne nso a asa de ya na omo nso pese omo kire se omo no omo angrante will omo ampene se omo nya sa de no nanso politician na edi omutumi ayeden afa nti ama ahemfo ne kra no nansin ase enkola no enhede mbu omo kra biom. As a part of the statement read by Jeffrey Tete, the lead convener said, also the coalition denounced this arrangement as unethical, arguing that it disregards the rights of the allodial landowners, the traditional authorities of La. They have called for an immediate halt to this redevelopment plan and insist that the land be retained for the prison service unless the La community is properly involved in any future decisions. And listen, this is how states' lands they tend to end up in the hands of private individuals. On say yemfa say ye police for asase and a prisons for asase a omokwa eya na ahemfo no omuntumi nka se daabi yemfa asase na emomo eya na ye penene de asase na den amomo ati ase because oyon hene aban aba se wo be see police station aban aba se wo be ye police barracks untumi nka ndra aban se wo daabi onfa na aseme nko wo di asase ne be ma no nti yenya de asase ne ma saa public institutions here obo se private ni bia fechire no so akwakoje asase ni bi nti at the end of the day no ase ye dey ma public for na so akwako and in private hands nti omo kasa en omo sanso bo eye prison service prisons for asase ne kra no eno kra na ye omo asem kese en omo kasa masa munya asase ne ma prisons for no there e na motri also this immoral arrangement makes room for the private developer to retain the remainder of the land for his private business without any provision for the allodial owners of the land, just as I was saying. Inti adene ye diama aban private ni akwako fechi akwakoje. Inti at the end of the day, the private person does not answer to omo de assassin ma aban no because who could be say was say me de aban na de ma me. Or say i.e. the traditional authorities. In our view, this is one of such bad decisions which should not be countenanced, We are asking the government to halt the process and leave that whole parcel of land for use by the prison service. Ntuti asem omo kan, omo de womo nka ase asase ne kra yemfa ma omo back. Omo say munya asase no. Munya ma prisons for na use omo asase. E dey na prisons asase na a private individual babeje and also a trade. However, should the government insist on disposing of this land in question, then the people of La must of necessity be involved. In addition to the prison service lands, the coalition has highlighted issues surrounding the trade fair land, which includes areas occupied by the Labadi Beach and La Palm Royal Beach hotels. They asserted that since its acquisition in the early 1960s, the land has seen no compensation payments to the original landowners. Iti enye nope asase omosanso kan ho asem eye nansen trade fair area mu ho Labadi Beach and La Palm Royal Beach. And the asase ni na ohwe senior Freddie Blay ne mamu ni na no mo aba bejejeje ho na. What say asase kra no aban ba beje free in Cranfonism in 1960. Since that time I beje free in Cranfonism 1960. Aketu akra yentu awomo. Na so ye fechi ni asase no ye ton ama politicians bi omomma. Also, the coalition criticized the current government's redevelopment plan, which they allege has led to the sale of these lands to politicians and private developers, further compounding the injustice faced by the original landowners. The statement also covered other affected areas, including lands under the parks and gardens of at cantonments, state housing properties in South Laboni and cantonment, Ministry of Agriculture land near the Burma Camp overpass, and judges' bungalows in cantonments. Also, the coalition urged all private developers to halt any ongoing or planned work on these lands until proper discussions are held with the traditional authorities. Also, as part of their protest, the coalition has announced a series of demonstrations starting Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, to voice their dissatisfaction and demand a reversal of the affected transaction. Inti almost a baba beko demonstration. July 30th. Mama Wati has said this year the MPP government will have to deal with a lot of demonstrations. Gen Z for demonstration and more kokra yesi MPN and then and crime force your more beko demonstration because yajijo omonsase. The coalition of La associations and the GaDangme coalition against land injustice are also announcing a series of demonstrations commencing Tuesday, July 30th, 2024 to drive home our displeasure and demand a reversal of all affected transactions. The coalition of La Association and its GaDangme partners believe that the people of GaDangme, and in particular those from La, have not been treated fairly compared to people from other parts of the country. It is only when this is done for that we can be at peace and be guaranteed of a peaceful coexistence with all other people. Me say enkrofo a Ghana ha say yabo mo abro pan ye nkranfo. And then nkranfo ti omo asase so nanso asase na enya omo dia. That is the same thing that happened at Chimota Forest. And then at Chimota Forest, and they did that the Dancroft will emu. At Chimota Forest, and they did that the Dancroft will. Same thing. Because Abayin Ebabeji, family dear, Abayin Babeji, later Lebehan say, Yakwako Tomama, and Oma Chatonini na. Ain't no, I am de say at least, and cry for. What him say, Baumia, Sa, Kaya ye. Hostel now was see ma kaya ye for no. Ano kra no ehun sem bae enkran for be sorry ye. E mo be catch ba me say eh asase mo ma me bisa ye mo ma me ye we no ansem mo agi asase ne say mu si we ama kaya ye for. Dia bo ye ye but I won't say it didn't the story didn't go like that in Ghana for him. It idea we the idea ye die di enkran for pa and today they are rising against it. Montra mo your comment box ni mo. Me da say